time and I don't know where he is. Alright, so that's obligation out of the way. Now let's roll force die. Or as I like to call it, all of you roll black and get fucked. So everybody rolls one force die.
It's one F, is that right?
One W.
One W.
It's a white colored die.
All right, everyone, no one roll until we seed the random generator. Here you go, Arthur. Here's your seed.
Did I roll a white or a black? I can't tell.
I don't see anything.
You didn't roll anything.
There's seriously something up with this algorithm.
All right.
This is ridiculous.
Statistically impossible.
We always just roll blacks.
Look at that. Look at that. I didn't roll blacks. Get fucked.
So my thingy didn't work.
Yeah, try rolling it again.
Is it just one exclamation point W? Oh wait, one W, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just one W.
Oh! Ooh, 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 ooh.
Well, nice. Fucked. We get two.
Yeah,
we get two. He gets three.
Can you feel the burn of the light side inside of your body? Filling you up with light side.
Well, 12 rolls. This is the first white we get. And what are the odds? Let me see. 7 out of 12.
Never tell me the odds. I've been waiting since last week because you kept saying odds. I had to research Corellian customs as well. Did you know that all of the Corellian sector falls upon one law enforcement agency, Corsec?
I don't care. What?
Yeah, so cool. Good stuff. All right. So where do we want to begin here, guys? I mean, I suppose we're flying through space. Probably there's alarms going off all around you. There's ships exploding. There's probably like an X-Wing that flies over you chasing a TIE fighter.
And I'm probably reading out all these things that you just said, right?
Got a bunch of offers.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, the old Star Destroyer could use a bit of help as well. You know, killing the rebels if we're into that type of thing. Not quite so sure, though.
I'm like,
and I kind of give a funny look at Dargo.
So I'm in the kitchen.
I guess I can't give funny looks.
Toby! Toby!
You can give your lifeless stare at me. That's
it. That's about it.
Toby! I need you in the kitchen.
Yes, one probably wants me to chop some onions. You know.
We'll point out there's literally intergalactic conflict going on. Coral is in the kitchen.
It sounds about right.
Oh, is that just the hum of space?
That is the hum of a starship bridge, my friend. Okay. All music tonight will be provided for either by my rhythmic tones or by tabletop audio.
Yeah, or
all actual
a rooster
music
sound or something. I don't know.
That is the sound of Henley having a heart attack.
Sounds a lot like the Star Wars theme song, almost perfectly hummed in tune in the right
timbre.
Yeah, that's it.
Nope.
Thank you.
All right, so back to what's happening, Jax. Since you're the pilot of this bucket of bolts, although that doesn't apply since apparently this thing is factory new with only one dent. This pristinely, finely what color is the YT-1300, by the way?
You fucking made it orange, remember?
Oh, yeah, this orange.
I thought it was cyan.
Oh, cyan, yeah. Because it was the exact opposite of my pigment, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Orange, yeah.
So you'd stand out.
A color that clashes with everything.
Mm-hmm. You could say it looks a lot like this, Ninja Cyborg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's basically what we're flying in right now. Sure.
Yeah, we're flying in a Ninja Cyborg.
I'm okay with that.
All right. So what's happening here, Jax?
What exactly are we going to do, everybody? Who wants to ally with the rebels, the Imperials? Or how about we just leave and take the 500 easy credits?
Toby! Where are you?
Yeah,
I
like stomp into the kitchen.
Everything's on fire.
Toby! Thank
Since
God.
everybody is very interested in this, I
need you to make sure that we pick up some blue milk next time we go shopping because we are out and I can't have my cereal, I can't have my Vados without blue milk.
Someone desperately wants funniest character vote this week.
No, I just don't give a fuck about this conflict right now. I really don't. Can we just leave? I mean, there's $500 for like hanging out with the fucking
There's 500 bucks for doing absolutely fuck all.
Yes. I've just noticed that with the conflict, blue milk on this planet has just increased its price by 300%, and we should leave immediately.
No!
So that we can get some by tomorrow morning.
Hey, that's a great idea. If we buy a lot of blue milk and we came back here and we sold it, would we make a profit?
We make a tidy profit according to my calculations.
Maybe
generally, assuming Toby isn't completely full of shit. Yes.
At $3 a gallon, 3 Imperial credits a gallon, we could stand to make hundreds and hundreds of credits.
Okay, Toby, if we took everything out of the ship aside from life support, how many gallons of blue milk could we contain?
So this is when we cut back to Jax flying the ship.
Yeah, feel free to do that at any point. Yeah.
What do you want to do, since everyone else has abandoned you to talk about milk?
Need I remind you people that we already have a storage compartment full of this illegal bread thingy that we're going to sell somewhere else. Why exactly do we want to take part in this conflict? Why don't we just fuck off and sell this?
I'm in agreement. Can I make a roll to try to figure out like where we should go to sell this? Like some kind of knowledge roll?
Sure. You can make like a lore Outer Worlds, Outer Rim.
Outer Rim?
Yeah, either that or some sort of. I believe there's like a merchant type negotiation.
Yo.
Streetwise.
If it was an illegal good, I would let you use Streetwise. It's only illegal. Oh yeah, it's true. It's illegal
everywhere else, but yeah, for some reason.
I would let you use Streetwise if you were like on a station talking to somebody.
Sure.
Or if you were using your communication system, like call people like, "Hey man,
I literally have a skill called black market contacts, guys." So
that's
it's not going to be black market.
Dargo's vote is to either
black market bread.
Yeah. Okay.
Or leave the place because Jesus Christ, my dog is being insane.
He's agreeing with you, man. Let him agree with you.
That's true. He is either that or he hates everything about the wall. Not entirely sure which.
Haunted wall. Yeah. Okay. It sounds like you have better connections than the robot. I was just gonna run through databases.
I literally picked up the skill, the subclass trader.
Okay, so I'm just like, not quite sure. I'm running through databases now to find a good location to unload this. So we need to get it off the ship as soon as possible. Anyone have any ideas where I could
it sounds like our choices here are to run. And we're not going to take any of these 3 offers, and we're going to try to get out of here in one piece.
No. We can take the offer for 500 to stay out.
No. I really don't want to have sex with that guy, and I feel like if we did that, I would have to at least go pick up the credits, and
so
I'm having trouble connecting the dots. But if you're really that worried,
all right. I don't quite understand what you're talking about.
Would you like to have sex with the hut in my place? Because
Jax,
that could work.
That 500 credits is to keep us here as a fighting force, so that either the rebellion or the Empire can buy us. So if we take that 500 credits, we're gonna get thrown against one of the sides.
Yeah, probably both of them.
Very potentially. So
they have giant ships. We have a small frigate. I don't exactly want to go up against them. I mean, that sounds rather dangerous.
All right. So our choice is to run. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're gonna run.
Dargo's all about this.
I'm trying to get.
So let's escape the system first, and then figure out how to offload this goods.
Because we can do this while we're like jumping ship. I mean, we're in the back talking while Jax is just like hollering back to us and doing like crazy spins and spirals.
As turbo lasers are flying over us,
and we're just like
about where to buy milk,
doing barrel rolls on a YT-1300.
Yeah.
Is there like internal gravity? Like, how do these ships work?
Yeah, there's internal gravity that just sucks you down towards the floor.
So like, if you go upside down in a ship, do we stay like on the floor?
Fine. Our blue milk doesn't even spill.
There is artificial gravity and inertial dampeners, so we are not completely liquefied at 100 G turns.
Every time they do Star Wars shit in ships, they always like are sitting down in a chair strapped in. So
So,
That's
you want
because they
actual
don't
Star
want
Wars
their
lore here,
inertial
Dave?
compensators to break.
Yes. So there's inertial dampeners, and they dial down the impact from the high G forces to some percentage of what it should be. Don't ask me how, because that's just made up science fiction bullshit.
The same way
So-
repulsor lifts work, friend.
Yeah.
All right.
So, would I struggle to like make cereal during like space combat?
No.
Okay,
no,
then
it'd be
that's all I
fine.
need to know.
We're totally
Well, it
cool.
depends on what Jax has the inertial dampener set.
But you seem to be struggling on making this roll. So, and I'm wondering if we can do it in tandem, like since I have. Oh, but I don't have
What
your
is the roll here?
specialized skill.
It sounds like somebody is doing astrogation to jump, but I'm not sure where.
Yeah, that's why I was saying we need to do the roll first.
Okay.
Like, I want to see where we're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no idea where I'm going in space at any point given in time in this game. So
That's fine.
there's-
We're just rolling whether it's a good place or what. Like,
okay.
Are we
Let me just-
are we navigating back to our home base to see if we can offload this stuff? Because that is probably.
well, let's just
where-
roll to see if that's like, oh no, it's obviously a shit place to do it, or yes,
Okay.
that is a good place, right? Let's.
Is anyone going to be? Well, we have to make the roll to program the navicomputer.
Didn't
Right.
you have like some sort of plot device happen last time we played where it gave away like the location of the home base?
We don't
Yeah.
know that.
But don't you know that? I thought that was a thing.
No, I don't know that.
You don't know that.
You don't,
Which
we
is
don't
why
know
I said
that.
like our port of call, like that's where we would probably be going. Is
Okay.
back to Tantalus 5. We
Well,
don't
I mean-
know if it's there or not.
So the only reason I would say yes to that is because we got to go back and get some new missions and shit. I mean, like we can offload that shit anywhere. So, I mean, it's
All
not
right,
gonna-
well, I'm gonna make a roll to see
Do it.
a streetwise roll. Is that fine to see
Sure.
if I know a good planet to
Yeah,
upload it?
it'd be
What do I need to
two
roll
purples.
Can I help you with this, bro?
You realize I'm incredibly good at streetwise.
So you're just gonna end up with one success based on that roll.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, there's a number of good places where you could offload it. Probably the best place you could offload it is a rebel base on the moon of Commoner called Folor.
Okay.
Oh, they fucking love their
excellent.
blue milk up there a bit.
Yeah, just about any system in the local area you could offload it, but that's where you're going to get the best price.
Okay.
Well, I suggest we
Sounds
stop
good.
by
And-
Folor, but if you want to get straight back to base, we could do that as well. But I'd rather just get a little bit more money in our pockets so that, you know.
No, let's.
You
I mean,
upgrade
we
the
could
ship?
go to. We can go to.
I agree
Folor,
with the
but-
hunk of bolts. Let's go to Folor. Folor 5? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Folor
besides-
base, it's the moon. of
Folor
Commoner.
base. So
Speaking
here's
of-
an ash.
Bolts, good chap. Do you have any spare ones? Maybe you could do a little work on me on the way there.
God, you're such a needy robot. Oh.
Right now,
hasn't
I'm like
asked you for
massaging your like Liku because you asked me to. You're like, you're so
Yeah.
needy.
Yeah, I'm just like, stop.
I'm like, yes, of
Fucking-
course. Sorry
Yeah,
about
like
the
you're
neediness,
using
sir.
using one arm to like do it, and the other arm is like feeding me cereal. I'm like, God, you're so needy, and like fucking blue milk is dribbling out of my mouth.
right.
Arthur, what's my difficulty?
What are you trying to do?
Astrogation check to Folor 5.
Okay.
Let
It
me
is one purple, but let me throw a dark side dice in there.
Let
As
me
you know,
help-
like two TIE fighters that are like fleeing the battle, both are damaged, get in your like wake and start
Yep.
crowding your ship.
Sure.
Hey,
what am I
guys.
upgraded to?
Maybe
Let
you should
me
let the pilot astrogate.
Yeah.
Let me help you with that. I mean, I think I don't know which of us is a better astrogator, but I have an
Instigator?
astrogation-
Yo.
So Arthur, astrogation.
Oh,
is programming the
astrogator. Sorry, my bad.
It's yes.
You're in business.
It is programming the navicomputer, right? So someone else is piloting while I'm doing that.
Yes, you can do
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Can I help him while
Yes,
piloting?
You can give him an aid if you guys don't have
Okay.
skills that overlap.
Because I have both. I
Remember
have
the
one-
new rules for this, guys. By the way, it's if you're aiding someone and the person who's aiding is skilled in it, then one of you will take your level, your skill level, like the level, and the other and one person will submit their
Yeah. So
Yes.
skill level.
So I have 1 rank in astrogation and 4 intelligence.
Okay, I have 1 rank in astrogation too.
So
Does
I
not-
think you can just give me a blue die.
yes.
and then
But-
in that instance, you would just give a blue die.
However, I do have a talent that helps here that I just picked up. I remove one black die, one difficulty, and I halve the time it takes you to astrogate.
So in that
Okay.
instance, you would do the roll, and then
No, I'll still
Tyler,
let
your skill.
Tyler make the roll.
I
So-
guess it really doesn't matter.
So
It's
the
same
red die
roll.
drops down to a purple.
So
You're just rolling against one purple.
So I did read up on this. Removing setback die does not downgrade dice.
Okay. Well,
So
then
it's actually still
one
a red.
red die then.
All right.
So does that mean when it says remove a black die, it doesn't, like, if there's no black die, it doesn't bring it down?
Doesn't do
'cause
anything.
Black is a setback. It represents
Yeah.
a setback that we have, not a difficulty.
Cool.
Right,
Yeah, if
Alright,
you
okay.
downgrade levels, then it does.
Cool.
So-
All right.
Yes.
Yeah,
With an
purple.
advantage.
The number
I-
of purples represents our difficulty.
At either rate, I let you do that in half the normal amount of time,
Okay.
which might help. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, with the TIE fighter trying to kill
So,
us.
so
Yeah.
the TIE fighters aren't trying to kill you, but just as something crackles over your comms, it's like,
Oh,
this is Imperator 1,
Can I do
Imperator
this?
flight. We're like, and then you're like, head into hyperspace, and you plotted a pretty good course. You're gonna get there in about 3/4 of the normal time.
As I hear the comms crackle, I like run to the thing to pick it up because I want to talk to people, and then I disappear. And I'm just like,
Oh.
I sit back down. I'm just like, Toby, I got a lot of stress. Can you work on it for me, please?
Actually,
yeah,
Toby's
like
with me.
refresh.
I've got some work to do on him.
Oh yeah, I'm like,
Ah.
as soon as I get my hand straightened out, I like hold out my left hand, which I hadn't been using, and it's like all crooked and bent, broken and burned.
It's like, yeah.
Mm. C'est la vie, Coral. C'est la vie.
Do you know how to
So-
do back massages, actually, Jax?
Do I
I mean, you
know
seem
how
like you
to-
know how to use your hands, so.
Arthur,
Currently kind of piloting the ship. Do it at my feet if you want, if you lie down here.
I'm
but,
definitely out of this.
Yeah.
Like,
So, Dargo,
so quick.
like, while this is going on, you're getting a bunch of news updates on the HoloNet for
Sure.
recent events. There's 3 different updates. You want to check up on that?
Sure. I mean, I imagine I'm going to be working on Toby while we are
Okay.
in transit, so I can kind of peruse the news networks as I'm.
Yeah, let me know which ones
Retrofitting.
you want to listen to. One is a report on the events of Alderaan. Another is a report on Zerka R&D Corporation, CEO Tyka Sorelian, and the third is about a price-fixing scandal on gas.
Interesting. Let's hear about the Jerka Corporation.
Dude.
So, the Zerka Corporation is like an interview that's in progress. It's like John Stamos looking almost fellow, and he's like, now, I realize that some people believe that Zerka Corporation, and specifically the R&D department that I'm the president of, is in complete freefall in stock market options. However, I believe that we will rebound very quickly, and that is why I'm not going to interrupt my vacation with my family to the planet of Commonor. That's all I have to say at this moment. Thank you very much. And then he like puts his hand up on the holocam, and the feed cuts out.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to get back to work on Toby. So,
Okay.
what's my difficulty on the mechanics roll?
What are you? You're just trying to repair his outstanding damage?
Yes.
Wait, didn't he get all that shit repaired on this planet?
No,
that we were
Oh,
just
no.
on?
no, he
Not
didn't.
even close.
Not even close.
I thought he like got oiled and shimmied, and
Yeah,
the lady
yeah,
was
he's
coming
still
on.
That helped.
very, very much damaged.
Also, dude, I just noticed on the character sheet that dice pool thing is epic. You just put up how many of each kind of dice, your upgrades, your downgrades, your force die, and everything. And then
So
roll
it's
it.
like it's almost like
Epic.
if you choose all the die that you got to put in, it does it for you automatically, much like how it does it if you type it in.
Yeah. Well, it'd be nice for the GM because if it's not working off a sheet.
Get all
I'm
this
just busting your balls, bro.
amazing. Okay, so how much damage do you have versus how much health you have left, Toby?
I have 9 current wounds out of 12 threshold.
Okay, so you have more than half.
Dang.
So the difficulty is 2 purples.
That's one. So hard.
Right. I assume, Toby, you're going to be helping me running your own diagnostic systems to give me a boost dice on this. Is that
Yeah, I
correct?
assume I can have like a pretty accurate readout with all my diagnostic software to like guide you with like holographic.
What you don't know is that the diagnostic system is compromised.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
yes,
put
just cut this
a screw
wire.
on his neck, and I'm like, oh, diagnostic system is compromised. Let me see if I can fix that. All right, so 3 successes.
Okay, you reduce the amount of wounds he has by 3.
Perfect. That's beautiful. Okay, now I'm down to half. That's great. So it'll be easier next time, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's only 1 purple die.
Yes.
Now he cannot be worked on for another week.
Yes.
So actually, he shouldn't have gotten this one right here, but it's been an episode, so I was willing to allow it.
Thank you. Okay, we're in.
Right,
We're
so
in.
we're-
Yeah, we're in hyperspace still.
Okay, so I think we all walk into like the the main cabin.
I got like a UV light on myself, and I'm like sunning myself. Do they have UV lights in Star Wars?
Yeah, but they're mostly toxic
Sick.
to Twi'leks.
That's cool. I live.
That's
like
bullshit.
dangerously.
Don't fucking listen to a word he's saying.
You just don't want me to be awesome, man.
Actually,
That's it.
might
Look at my
be.
tan, bro.
because Ryloth is one of those planets that doesn't actually rotate around the sun, so the entire Twi'lek civilization lives.
Oh
in
my
gray
god,
area
you busted my
between-
balls.
I know,
here,
could
man.
be. Who knows?
When
So-
when I'm done
Hey,
getting
this
like
game
worked
is an
on.
opportunity for me to nerd out. So screw you, Dave.
What he wants to do is tell you about how Rill is a replacement for Bacta, and Rill only grows on Ryloth.
Let's go there and harvest it and sell it then, guys. What's up?
That'd be
Listen to
great,
Tyler.
unless you like getting stabbed in the guts.
I live there, Arthur. I live there.
Not for many years.
Doesn't matter. They see me and they're like, oh, that's cool. He's doing his thing. He's one of us.
Yeah, I think
And I-
that perhaps your reputation among your Likud friends is not as good as you think it is.
I helped out the Liku Rebellion, bro. What's up?
That's
That's what
not
it
even
was
a
called.
thing.
That's not.
No,
what they're-
it was called the Freedom Fighters on
No.
Drake.
Okay. Anybody with actual things you
Yes.
want to have happen?
Well, I want to send the report from my jetpack excursion, and at first I want to like I want to show all the data to Dargo.
Okay.
Be like, Dargo, old boy, look at the readouts of the most efficient jetpack. I mean, a one-time thing, yes, but you have to admit it was quite handy for the two of us, right?
I do have to admit, it did save me from face planting in the dirt at high speeds.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I wanted to stay in contact back on that planet. You know, that woman gave me one of the loveliest oil baths I've ever had.
You can see how that would endear some good feelings towards her.
I like take off my sunglasses and underneath them I've got like zucchinis or space zucchinis under there, and I'm just like,
It's like so weird
and I'm just like,
places.
do robots even have sex, Toby?
Not medical droids, my good man, but you could certainly get a sex bot if you need one.
I look over at fucking Doug and I'm just like, can we
No.
get him a sex attachment or something?
So, Toby,
so that he can like learn how to seduce women.
while
I've
you're
already
sending
answered.
this report back, can you make a computer's roll?
Yeah.
And this is not something Dargo will
I put
have
my
any part in.
sunglasses back.
This is you sending the report back. I just need to know if they're going to backhack you.
Okay, yeah, what am I rolling against?
Nothing.
Gotta protect that back door.
You
there,
will be the
Toby.
difficulty I am working against. when the
Aha.
backup begins.
Out of
Two.
curiosity, does
Not
the-
very difficult.
Does the ship count as a system which I am protecting?
I will say yes.
Okay, then you also increase the difficulty by 2 purple die.
Okay.
As
all
I have
right.
taken improved defensive slicing.
So
Is that an equivalent of a green die for us, right? It's the same thing,
red,
right?
2 purple, 1 blue. Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, that was what I was going against?
Nope. Oh yeah, I mean they fucking dumpstered their roll.
Oh, so
Oh
that-
no, wait,
okay.
it's the other way around. It's the other way around. Shit. Yeah, that was actually.
Wait, how many of those are actually
Yeah,
for them versus for us?
It's the other way around. The blue was supposed to be a black. It's supposed to be they. I completely fucked up the roll. I'm doing it again. All right.
Okay.
So the guy has 2 yellow, 2 green, 1 blue, and you said you add a setback die to them when they're rolling?
No, as since I did actually take improved defensive slicing, I
Okay.
increased their difficulty by 2 purple.
Okay, so they'll add 2 purple to this. Well, that means you're boned. No. Well, your 2 successes are going to cancel their 2 successes. So
There's
they
still
have a
success
triumph
for the
with no
triumph.
success.
No, the success also counts. The triumph.
I think
also
that's
The
counts.
included
triumph
in the dice
success
roll.
is already counted in.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
If
Okay.
you roll a triumph, it gives you a success die to make sure you know that it's there. Because you can have a triumph but still not succeed at the roll.
I am really glad I grabbed that talent.
Yeah, so they have an advantage and a triumph with no successes. So I think they're probably going to tag you.
Does that talent work? Like, if you have more of it, it gets even harder for them to do it? Because that's how most of the talents work in this
All right,
game.
so here's
Yeah,
what
like
happens.
if I had some yellows, they probably would have got screwed.
Off camera, we have the Star Destroyer, Iron Fist, which is settling into geosynchronous orbit over the
Right,
governor's mansion, which is now a smoking ruin. All of the grass around it, the wavy grass, is on fire, and like for miles in every direction, it's just a burning wasteland. The kudzu fungus type plant that was getting up on the manor house, nope, that's gone too, burned away for all eternity. And we see an Imperial probe droid there, and it's like, in need of assistance, intercepting transmission. And it's like checking your transmission because you're sending it to the governor's house. It gets the transmission and it tries to start a backhack. In the process, it erases its log. That's what the Triumph is doing, is you don't know that it's actually been checking up on you. But it also isn't good enough to like break the encryption.
So did he mail these plans?
They
to a
don't get the
corpse?
readout. They don't get the actual
Yeah, they
readout
don't.
of
They
my
don't get any
systems.
information, and they don't backtrace it.
Okay.
But in response, you guys also don't know that the Imperials were tracking that transmission.
It's like a wet noodle fight.
Yes.
That's what hacking's like. We're slapping each other with wet noodles, and it's just like, eventually one of you guys just be like, oh, man, I'm sick of these wet noodles.
The one thing they do manage to catch out of all of that is the word Toby.
Yo.
That's what they get with their advantage die.
Is it actually
Toby? Yes.
It is Toby as opposed to
Yep.
T0by.
Yeah, it's his droid designator.
Oh, okay.
You know, they get like a heavily fragmented message where the only actual character that stands out in it is like from T0by.
You actually
all they
signed your
get.
name to that. Fair enough.
That's what I introduced myself as. Good
Yep.
man.
First off, remember, none of you guys know about this. They backhack
Yep, fair
good.
enough.
They're good backhackers. So we cut back to the news is scrolling in front of Dargo, who's still repairing Toby. Jax, you're about to come out of Lightspeed because, of course, you're arriving sooner than anticipated into Commonore's gravity shadow. What are you guys
Commodores
doing?
or Fullors?
Well, Commonore is the planet, and the planet is much, much bigger than the moon. So you drop out like
Okay.
on the edge of the planet, and you.
How
fly
long
to-
were we in, like, space travel for?
Probably 2 days.
Sick.
Oh. So we
do
really
we
would
wanna
have
have-
strained if we had it, which I don't think anybody had.
Nobody has train, I would think, at this point.
I had
Oh, I
two
do.
carried over.
Yeah,
I
you
had
don't
3.
now.
Cool. Sick. That's good to know. So, when do I get my extra 1 threshold back to go back to 13 strain?
When you stop rolling obligation.
If
Yeah,
he
well-
rolls higher than all our obligation, then we get to be full strain for the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Well, at least you're only down 1 now instead of.
Can
2
we have?
like
Can we
last
do
time.
like? Can we do like actually a little? Maybe we want to do a little scene. I guess in orbit is fine, but we've been flying for 2 days.
Yeah, it's fine. You tell me where you want to do it.
Yeah, I think we just it would be nice to like sit down and talk about. I think I invite everyone down, and I'm like, now we had some communication problem a few days ago, and I know you guys were a bit shocked when we pulled the hard wire. But just wanted to let you know that, sometimes doing work on a computer, things can get a little tricky, a little sticky.
Hey,
You know,
hey, I haven't used any of your computers. It can't be that sticky.
But then I'm like, not entirely sure though what the exact nature of the threat was. But we did have some troubles. Dargo, maybe you want to go into things a little bit more.